Program 1 Azam merupakan inisiatif khusus bidang keberhasilan utama negara NKRA bertujuan membebaskan isi rumah berpendapatan rendah daripada belenggu kemiskinan selain mampu memperolehi pendapatan dengan usaha sendiri melalui pekerjaan, aktiviti pertanian, keusahawanan ataupun perkhidmatan.
One Azam is a major program introduced by the Malaysian government beginning in 2010. It is to help the poor people to increase their income and break out of poverty line. The One Azam program originally an income generation program. The word One Azam is an acronym for Akhiri Zaman Miskin. The Ministry of Human, Families and Community Development is the ministry responsible for leading this program. Other ministries and agencies which are also involved are the Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry, Ministry of Human Resources, Ministry of Agriculture and Family Development Sarawak, and Ministry of Housing and Local Development. And the last one is Amanah Ikhtiar Malaysia. Next, there are 5 main programs conducted under One Azam program, and namely Azam Kerja, Azam Tani, Azam Niaga, Azam Bandar and also Azam Khidmat. However, there are also One Azam Sabah and One Azam Sarawak, which are self-administered by the respective state government. The program, which was introduced in 2010 and fully implemented in 2011, was aimed to create an economic opportunity to increase productivity of low-income households. This program applies to the entrepreneurship concept aimed at maximizing individual potentials based on individual skill and interests. As we all know, every program or policy that government want to implement or develop, there must be a valid reason or problem to every course of action by the government. So, what are the causes of One Azam program? So, the first problem that leads to the implementations of One Azam is dependency of rakyat towards government. People believe that income will be increased if there are more initiatives by the government be implemented. Second problem that leads to the implementations of One Azam program is unstable economic conditions of low-income people. As we all know, the main purpose of One Azam is to combat problem of poverty. So, One Azam program is built to help low-income people to increase their knowledge and skill. The third or the last problem that leads to the One Azam program is unemployment. One Azam is also one of the initiative of government to give public lot of job opportunities for those people that have no income. That's all for me. I will pass to the next person to explain more about One Azam.
The analysis of mandates. So, as we know that One Azam programs presents a part of the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development (KPWKM) efforts to advance the increase of low-income households. The Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development is the leading Ministry of National Key Result Area for improving the low-income people quality of life, which is known as NKRA. Main objective is to make sure that people from middle income and lower income can generate their own income. So, One Azam program is one of the efforts introduced by government to improve living standards of people. The analysis of the mandate guide the design of a program and the choice of priorities for actions by governments. On July 27, 2009, the former Prime Minister Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Najib Tun Abdul Razak announced the National Key Performance Indicator (KPI) of the 6 National Key Result Area. Through this program, it is to meet the challenges that impede the Achieving Vision 2020. The government is committed to the Government Transformation Program (GTP) in line with the One Malaysia People in Needs Priority Achievement Principle. The NKRA has been defined as the country main which represent a combination of short-term priorities for addressing people disparate needs and no less important long-term issue affecting people who need special attention. The 6 core areas of the NKRA are efforts to provide and improve the well-being of the people. Those are related with crime, corruption, education, and more. Wish more to improve standard living of people. For your information that each NKRA, there are a lead minister appointed. Under KPWKM, the ministry is Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Rohani Abdul Karim. She is responsible for raising the standard of living of low-income people or low-income household (LIH). There are other ministry and agency which also involved, such as Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry, Ministry of Human Resource, and also Amanah Ikhtiar Malaysia. Other than that, there is one charitable body under the duty of Minister of Women and Community Development, in which National Welfare Foundation, or known as Yayasan Kebajikan Negara (YKM), which YKM is responsible to promoting the welfare and developments of Malaysians, especially the welfare of children and families. Through Azam Niaga, your commitments to help participants in fulfill their requirements by supply goods, service, and let's not forget that in an effort to ensure more efficient distribution of funds and assistance to low-income households, the Implementation Coordination Unit (ICU) in the Prime Minister Department has developed a database known as e-KASE. It also one of important body that responsible to successful one. So that's all from me. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
The existing tools such as SWOT may help the management of the program to analyze the effectiveness and the efficiency of the program. In the context of Strength for One Azam program, we had analyzed it in terms of internal factor. Hence, the Strength for One Azam program is the organizer and the instructor of the program are experienced and knowledgeable in organizing such program. It can be proven when each program that has been introduced under One Azam has been implemented in collaboration with experienced agency. For example, Azam Tani program that had been implemented with the collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry (MOA), Ministry of Women Welfare and Development Sarawak Family (KKWPK), and Ministry of Agriculture and Sabah Food Industry (KPIM). The second strength that can be analysed is the organizer of One Azam program are recognized by CIDB. CIDB, or the Construction Industry Development Board, is an organization that was found under the Construction Industry Development Board Act 1994 in order to regulate and develop the construction industry toward achieve global competitiveness. Based on Ministry of Welfare, Women and Family Development, Datuk Fatimah Abdullah, the appointment of CIDB in order to implement One Azam program was helped to increase the standard of living. Move to the second part of SWOT analysis, which is weakness. We also use the internal analysis in order to analyze the weakness of one Azam program. The first weakness of one Azam program is in terms of number of manpower. Some research have found there is a certain participant of one Azam program stated that there is no monitoring by the authorities in order to keep track of their progress. This situation exists because based on the information from the executive of one Azam program, there is a shortage of manpower in monitoring the participant in the one Azam program. Therefore, the situation had caused the arbitration in conducting the monitoring activities. Besides that, the inefficiency system of one Azam management also become the weakness of this program. Basically, we know that those participants who want to get involved in one Azam program should be registered under IKASE. However, based on some research, there are still many poor people are not registered under IKASE. Plus, this weakness become more serious when there are some people who do not know that their name are registered under IKASE and involved with one Azam program. Move to the opportunities that can be found in one Azam program. The first is wide career prospect. Even there is the weakness in this program, it had been implemented in national-wide stage in order to create the opportunities, increase the income level, and at the same time may change the life of nation. It can be proven with the 4 major programs under one Azam that offered a huge job opportunities, such as job placement under Azam Kerja, creating small business enterprise under Azam Niaga, creating small service under Azam Khidmat, and lastly, creating opportunities in agriculture under Azam Tani. The second opportunities of one Azam program is the job opportunities are always open and always in high demand. Through the existence of 4 major programs under one Azam, it shown that all of these programs will receive a positive reaction from people, especially youth. For example, programs such as Azam Kerja is an initiative that aims in helping the participant to secure a job placement for poverty-stricken individuals or those who have little or no work experience. Moreover, by participating in one Azam program, the participant does not require a capital round to start a business. It is because each participant will be given a training and each participant will also be given an aid worth 10,000 ringgit. The last part in SWOT analysis for one Azam program is trait. The one and only trait of one Azam program is the competition from the postgraduate student to get a job. The former of Education Minister, Dr. Mazli Malik, has stated that the number of unemployment graduates after 1 year graduation is around 30,000 or 59.9%. This fact is based on the finding from the Graduation Detection System (SKPG) 2018 by the Ministry of Education Malaysia (MOE). On the other hand, the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, Datuk Seri Rohani Abdul Karim, has stated that from January 2011 until March 2020, 140,000 people had participated in one Azam program. The number of participants of one Azam program and the postgraduate student is quite high. Therefore, it is not surprising if the achievement of one Azam program will degenerate due to the competition from the postgraduate student. So now, let's move to another part of this video, which is
There are several challenges that is to be discussed. They include the key performance indicator KPI of one Azam does not meet with the poverty line income, the ways of government allocation in one Azam. Thirdly, IKASE problematic system. Fourthly, the incomprehensive monitoring methods for the participant of one Azam. And finally, the ineffectiveness management of goods for the participant of one Azam. So let's move to the very first point, which is the key performance indicator KPI of one Azam that does not meet with the PLI. So in one Azam Niaga, there was about 195,953 of registered participants, but there were only about 93469 participants that had successfully raised their income. This means that there is only 47.7% of participants that had successfully to raise their earnings. According to the Pemandu in 2015, it was said that the KPI was set about RM300 to examine to measure the successful of one Azam. So it is impossible for the participant to increase 300 ringgit for only every 3 months. This is because it is clearly contrary with the poverty line income which was set in Malaysian government, which is RM 950 to measure the poverty line rate. So it can be seen that the KPI which is set by the One Azam programs is very contradict and does not match with the PLI rate. So this may mean that the participant who does not exceed the PLI is still in the poverty. So let's move to the next point, which is the ways of government allocation in One Azam program. In National Audit Department in 2016 was reported that there was an amount of RM 1.45 billion ringgit has been allocated for this program from 2011 until 2013. Plus, the participant of One Azam will receive in the range of RM 5,000 ringgit until 10,000 ringgit in the form of soft skills and also equipment to generate their economy. However, based on the interview conducted by the researcher, it has been reported that the participant complained that they had received such supplies and equipment like grinder machines, sewing machines, and baking machines, and also oven, but it does not benefit for that materials. It's because the materials is non-durable and damaged. Plus, the assistance given to the person with disabilities, which is the OKU, does not match with his physical abilities. For example, a blind person were given a cake oven, were given a flour machines, were given a sewing machines, but they cannot make a full use of all the materials because of their disabilities. So we can see here that the product offered to the participants was very in low quality and no product warranty offered to them. This is very upsetting. So we move to the next point, which is the problems of e-KASE database system, which is very poor. Okay, e-KASE, also known as the National Poverty Data Bank, is one of the Malaysian system that stores the data for the poor. Indirectly, the e-KASE does not reflect the actual population of the poor in Malaysia. This is because the registered individuals in the system are based on the initiative taken by the village committee members and also the local authorities. Okay, so if the village leaders of the councils or ADN did not take any efforts or initiative to make the individuals to be registered in the e-KASE system, so it will affect them. In fact, the registration of e-KASE should be updated automatically. It is because the government itself has the Inland Revenue Board, which stores the income of individuals, without asking for any third party to make the registration for the poor. Next, we move to the fourth point, which is the incomprehensiveness of monitoring methods for participants of One Azam. This has been proven by the interview conducted with the participants in Penang, and it was found out that the monitoring of One Azam program was not comprehensive. There were participants who stated that there is no one who keeps track their participation throughout the One Azam program. This situation happened because there was no enough manpower to monitor the One Azam program. This had caused attrition for the monitoring process of One Azam.
Next, we move to the final points of challenges in One Azam, which is the ineffective management of good for the participant. The National Audit Department had conducted a survey by selecting 4 suppliers from 19 suppliers of good for One Azam participants. The team discovered that there were many questionable transactions in the supply of the goods. For instance, there were no detailed price received by the participants. The Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development and the National Welfare Foundation did not set the detailed price of goods for the participant of One Azam. This has led to the 23 submissions of quotations by the 22 suppliers worth Rm8 million ringgit, and there is no detailed price of each part that been used in one package. Thus, all these challenges had been mentioned previously needs to have some recommendations in order to improve the One Azam effectiveness and efficiency.
Recommendation: improve the weaknesses of One Azam program, or to make this program is better in order to help many poor people in Malaysia. Firstly, our government should improve the One Azam program with the key performance indicator (KPI) of the program necessarily in line with the Poverty Line Index (PLI). As we know, one of the challenges of One Azam program is the KPI doesn't meet the PLI that has been set by the country. According to the article by Radiah Muhammad Noor, based on Azam Niaga program, only 47.7% of participants have managed to increase their income, which means 93,469 out of 195,953 participants. According to Performance Management Delivery Unit, Pemandu, the key performance indicator KPI are used to measure the successful of the program only increased 300 for any 3 months, and the above statement is contradict with the poverty line income, which the value set by Malaysia government is 950 ringgit. Therefore, the KPI of One Azam program must be improved, which means the KPI of One Azam must be above the poverty line index or above 950 ringgit. As mentioned before, the aims of One Azam program is to boost and increase the income of poor people and help them to out from the poverty condition. Based on this program, the participant must earn 300 ringgit income for any 3 months. Then this program will consider success. Unfortunately, the poverty line index in Malaysia was stated that person who earn below than 950 is considered as poor people. In other words, the responsible person that create this program or the government must increase the KPI of the program above the PLI, which is more than 950, then only the program will meet the objective or can consider as successful program, as the poverty rate in Malaysia will decrease. Secondly, the other recommendation to improve this program is by the studies of individual applying to receive assistance should be conducted carefully. As mentioned earlier, there are some wastage of fund allocations for the program that makes this program become unsuccessful. For instance, as stated in the report from the National Audit Department in 2016, there are 145 billion allocation was distributed to the participant from 2011 until 2013. Plus, each of the participants received a grant of 5,000 to 10,000 either in form of the equipment or soft skill in order to generate income and improve their lifestyle. For instance, the equipment that has been provided such as refrigerators, sewing machine and ice cream machine, but then all those machines were damaged and non-durable. so that the person in charge that handle the allocation of fund and to whom the fund will be allocated must conduct it carefully and with much detail by doing the research on the participants' data or recheck the data of participants before the allocations process is done. Last but not least, the last recommendation for improving One Azam program is the e-KASE systems and data should be frequently updated so that all agencies are responsible for assisting poor in Malaysia. The e-KASE system needs to be improved because based on studies that conduct before toward this system, there are many poor people who are still not registered under e-KASE, and surprisingly, the e-KASE system does not reflect the actual population of the poor people in Malaysia because of this poor system. Currently, the registration process has been done based on the initiative taken by the committee members of particular villages and the local authorities itself. And if not, the data of the poor people will be affected, or on the other word, the data will not accurate. By continuing with this system, there are a lot of poor people out there will not be informed about the assistance provided by the government to them. So that with modern technologies that we have nowadays, the e-KASE system must be updated automatically without need any help from other party, as the government under the Inland Revenue Board (IRB) has the household database system that store individuals' income information. Plus, in future, the e-KASE system will be linked with all agencies involved, such as the Title Management Centers, Department of Social Welfare, AIM, and other agencies in order to centralize the related information and can avoid the duplication of assistance to the poor household. So, as the conclusions, One Azam program is really good and give the beneficial to poor people and had proven to have a huge potential in helping the poor people out there from the poverty life and becoming a viable society. But then, there's no perfect things in this world when it's come to the human creations or ideas. Therefore, a good add-on or improvement of all the recommendations and suggestions that have discussed above of the One Azam program should be implemented as soon as possible in order to help more poor people that do not have the aid to improve their life, as Malaysia is on its way toward becoming a high-income developed nation.